How do I know if my visualizations are vivid enough? I'm currently doing a list style intentions and working on converting to a story style intentions to engage more visualization. I guess my main concern is that I'm not doing it right, and I feel there's no way to verify it. So.
Okay, well, first of all, the fact that you're even doing it at all marks you out as elite. Because if you look around the world, I mean, 99.99% of the people are almost like robots, going to work, coming home, doing this, doing that. They're not thinking like you are. So even the fact that you would consider doing it marks you out as a wizard, or whatever you want to call yourself. It's magical already. So you can't lose. Just right now, even if you're screwing it up and doing it wrong, the fact that you're doing it marks you out as successful. So good things will happen for you. That's the most important thing. I think sometimes we lose when we're in this type of group together. We lose, we kind of lose sense of the fact that this is quite remarkable. A group like this is really remarkable, and has potential to be, huge impactors in the universe. And it's very, very rare. You walk out your door, the next 10,000 people you meet are not doing any of this, not talking about any of this, and not setting intentions. So I can't say that there's a scientific way to do intentions the best. Okay, I know for myself, the way I've done my intentions, it seems to have worked out okay. So I trust that and say, okay, if I share what I've done, because it seems to have worked out quite well, then other people should have the same experience. There may be a better way of doing it, and someone here may discover a better way of doing it. And I'm all ears. This is a joint conversation. We all benefit. We get hung up in rules and regulations, and is this the right way, and is this the wrong way, and am I doing it the best? You just do it, and you get excited by it, and you let your instincts and your intuitions kind of move you along. So you'll find a way to do it that's to your best ability. In that question was the thing about, if we can't share intentions, how do we know that we're doing it correctly? You can share intentions, you can share the outcome, no problem, but you can't share your motivation for the outcome. And that's the private thing. So for instance, I could say, I'd love to live on a private island. And my motivation for doing that is because I'm an antisocial bugger, and nothing would please me more than to be just shut off from the world. I would be the happiest person on the universe. My wife would say, I'd like to live on a private island because she'd like to actually be able to walk in the sea showing her legs, because my wife has a lot of different illnesses and she can't. She'd be too embarrassed to go on a beach because she has health issues that cause all kinds of blood issues. Okay, so she could bleed on she went into the water, she could bleed in the water. There's just the weight of the waves could cause her to bleed to death. So she can't. So she would like to have, her personal motivation would be to have a private island where no one can see me, and I've earned the right to walk into that water. And if I bleed, so be it. Goodbye, world. And so her motivation is completely different. Well, if we were to share that, and I know that because I've been married 40 years, okay, and we talk about all this stuff. So my instincts are to protect her. Well, no, we're not going to a private island. If that's going to happen, if you're going to bleed to death, no, you're not going. And her instincts are to protect me from maybe making a fool of myself or getting ahead of my goals and stuff like that. So the main reason I've always said for not sharing is that these competing thoughts, and they're often out of love, not out of hate or jealousy, but they're often out of love. I think, if Mathis said to me now, I want to be a billionaire, and I'd say, well, Mathis, you're nowhere near there yet. Come on, let me give you a hug and, bring it down a little bit, that would be the worst thing. So Mathis wouldn't say that to me, because she knows that Mathis's goals, Mathis's intentions are hers. And so you have to be really careful with sharing the motivation behind it, because people out of love and care will try to protect you from making a fool of yourself or making a wrong decision as they see it and all the rest of it. So that's why I say, first of all, don't share the motivation of the intention. The second thing is competing thoughts. If I say, if I say, oh, I think, I'm going to sell my company for $6 billion, then the person opposite me who has seen how I've cobbled this company together with a shoestring budget and a Band-Aid here and a Band-Aid there over the years, is going to say, oh, what a dreamer. Actually, there's a guy I tell that to on a regular basis. And he's an oncologist and just laughs at me and says, you should sell this for 10 million. He'd be lucky to get 10 million. He's been telling me that since I started the company, by the way. You know, so you have to be really careful, because if you don't have the thick skin to protect yourself from that negative feedback and the look in that person's eye when you tell them something and the smirk, if you're not strong enough to handle that, then it takes all your energy away. So that's one reason why I always say, you know, just don't, it's like social media, don't expose yourself. Why would you expose yourself to the potential for somebody to take your energy away? I just don't understand why you would put yourself in that position. That said, if you have a partnership where you really trust each other and you know, all want success, it's okay to share the outcome. It's okay to say, I want a private island, but don't say why. And that's okay. That's kind of how I do intentions. I think you're making a smart move to move away from lists of intentions. There's nothing wrong with lists. It's just that they can be a little bit boring. I do both. I do lists. I do verbal affirmations when I walk the dog in the morning. And I also do my mini mind movie, which is like putting it all together. Okay, so when this happens, this is what my life looks like. And I've had people walk past me looking at me really strangely, because I've suddenly found I'm talking out loud and I don't realize. And I'm talking to the world about what my life is like in this new world, in this new multi-billion-dollar world that I'm living in, and what I'm doing with this money, and what impact I'm making and everything. And then I suddenly realize they're looking at me like I'm a crazy man, and I pretend I'm on a phone. That's the only way I get away with it. So the mini mind movie, the sort of paragraph, the openness, that's, I found that I didn't put that in 3 Simple Steps because I didn't do it then. I hadn't understood the power of it. And so I've always regretted my description of intentions in 3 Simple Steps. It's really inadequate. But in transformation, we really nail it. So when you get to the end of transformation, the advanced part, then you'll understand exactly how to do intentions, and you'll feel like a wizard. Long answer, sorry, but it's a great question. And I think many people here probably have the same question.